and the more drugs he pumps down his wife's throat to keep her in a can.
No, girl. Not my beautiful Beyonce 5.
I tell you this right now, y'all talking about free Britney. Y'all need to be doing a campaign that say free Beyonce.
Beyonce is free.
She is a prisoner in a gilded cage.
Sometimes it's overwhelming. Why they gotta give me my talent, my gift, my family. But I know you're not supposed to question God. So I'm grateful for the life He's given me. I'm so grateful. I'm alive and I'm living a dream.
Sean Carter is worse. He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy. This been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 years.
Solange Knowles and Sean Carter, a.k.a. Jay-Z, have had a rocky relationship for ages, right? Like, we're talking about bad blood that could fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool. But despite all that, Solange never really stuck her nose into her sister Beyoncé's marriage drama with Jay-Z. She's kept her distance, letting them sort out their own mess. But now, things have taken a serious turn. Rumors are swirling that Jigga is basically strong-arming Beyoncé into staying in a super unhealthy situation. Like, we're talking about abuse here, not just your run-of-the-mill marital spats. And guess what? Solange ain't having it anymore. Nope, not one bit. Suddenly, she's gone from bystander to full-on superhero mode. She's all about protecting her sis, and she's not holding back. Solange is gearing up to face Jay-Z head-on, ready to throw down and demand justice for her sister. It's like a real-life soap opera, except with way more star power and way less commercial breaks. So, buckle up, folks, because things are about to get seriously intense in the Knowles-Carter universe. Now, for those of you who don't know, these two are like the epitome of sister goals, right? I mean, you can't think of one without the other. Beyoncé's been in the spotlight since Destiny's Child days, but she's always made sure Solange got her time to shine too. Remember when they toured together? Or when Solange busted some moves on stage with Queen Bey? And let's not forget, they even teamed up on Get Me Bodied. Now that's sibling collaboration at its finest. So when he came into the picture, he probably realized pretty quickly that he wasn't just dating Beyoncé, he was getting the whole Knowles package deal. And trust me, with these two, there's no separating them. They're like a dynamic duo, always there for each other through thick and thin. You mess with one, you mess with both, right? But even though Beyoncé and Solange are tighter than glue, they're like night and day when it comes to their personalities. Beyoncé, she's all about that chill vibe, like she's got this zen aura that never breaks, you know? Probably comes from growing up in the spotlight and handling fame like a total pro. Now Solange, she's a whole different story. She's got that spark, that fire in her belly that just can't be contained. You can tell she's not afraid to speak her mind and stand up for what she believes in. Remember when she shut down that reporter for bringing up Jay-Z's club drama during her album promo? That's classic Solange right there. Not taking any nonsense. And let's not forget her Twitter showdown with Katy Perry over that California Girls video. Solange wasn't having any of it, calling out what she saw as bad influence on the kiddos. That's the thing about Solange. She's not afraid to call it like she sees it, even if it means ruffling some feathers. But the real bombshell? Her showdown with Jay-Z. Yeah, you heard that right. Now this was family drama reaching new heights. I mean, who could forget that jaw-dropping elevator showdown between Jay-Z and Solange Knowles after the 2014 Met Gala? Now Beyoncé, Sean, and Solange were all leaving this big shot after party at the Standard Hotel in NYC, right? Everything seems cool until, bam, things take a wild turn. But get this, we didn't even find out about it until a week later when TMZ dropped this bombshell video. And let me tell you, it was like something out of a thriller. There's Solange, going full-on ninja on him, kicking and swinging like it's nobody's business. And where's Beyoncé in all this? Just chilling on the sidelines, looking like she's waiting for her Starbucks order or something. The paparazzi caught them leaving the building, and let me tell you, Solange, she looked like she was ready to spit fire. It was like a real-life soap opera playing out right before our eyes. And the best part, we still don't know what set it all off. But hey, in the world of celeb drama, sometimes you just gotta sit back and enjoy the show. Am I right? After that elevator showdown shook the world, the Knowles-Carter clan kept things pretty hush-hush, you know? But leave it to Solange to break the silence like a boss. It wasn't until August 2014, during an interview with Lucky magazine, that she finally spilled some tea on that thing. Now, Solange being Solange, she didn't go into all the gory details. Nah, she kept it short and sweet. What's important is that my family and I are all good, she said, cutting right to the chase. And then she dropped the mic with a reference to that joint statement they put out when the elevator video blew up. Classic Solange move, right? Keep it classy, keep it cool. Their statement was all about apologies and moving forward as one big happy family. But you know Beyonce, always bringing that creative flair to the table. So how did Queen Bey address the whole elevator fiasco? Oh, you're gonna love this one. Beyonce and Jay-Z weren't about to let that elevator drama fade into obscurity without a little creative spin. Oh no, they had their own ways of addressing the elephant in the room. First up, Beyonce, stirring up the Bayhive with her remix of Flawless in August 2014. She dropped this bombshell lyric. Of course, sometimes goes down when there's $1 billion on an elevator. Boom, the internet explodes. Leave it to Queen Bey to turn scandal into a catchy lyric. But Jay-Z wasn't about to stay silent either. Fast forward to 2017, and he's dropping truth bombs on his album 444. In the track Kill Jay-Z, he spits some real talk, rapping, "You egged Solange on, knowing all along. All you had to say you was wrong." Even in the midst of all that drama, Carter wasn't shy about speaking his truth. Around the release of his 444 album, he sat down for a real talk interview with the Rap Radar crew. And what did he have to say about his relationship with Solange? Well, he kept it real, as always. According to the rapper, he and Solange have always had a solid bond. Sure, there was that one infamous disagreement, you know, the elevator incident that broke the internet, but apart from that blip, they've been tight as ever. In fact, he went as far as to say that Solange is more than just a sister-in-law to him. She's family, period. Now that's some serious loyalty right there. But Beyonce? Oh, she wasn't about to let her sis slip under the radar either. Enter her 2022 single, Cozy, where she drops this bombshell line, "Might I suggest you don't F with my sis, 'cause she comfortable." Fans went wild, convinced Beyonce was throwing some serious shade at anyone who dared mess with Solange. And you know what? I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of Beyonce's wrath either. For years, Beyonce and him have meticulously crafted an image of the perfect power couple. From red carpet appearances to Instagram posts showcasing their seemingly flawless relationship, they've kept up the facade with precision. Even after the infamous elevator incident, they were quick to patch things up publicly, presenting a united front to the world. Beyonce, in particular, has been the master of keeping up appearances. She's the epitome of grace under pressure, always ready with a smile and a carefully curated statement to smooth over any rough patches. After the elevator fight, she wasted no time in trying to douse the flames, working behind the scenes to downplay the drama and maintain their picture-perfect image. Some even say that they tried to shut people up.
Beyonce and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Okay, I get the threats, but you have to remember one thing. I know your deepest secrets. I know so much about you and what you've done. I know so much on how you got where you are.
But now, it seems like their efforts to keep up appearances are starting to unravel. Despite their best efforts, the cracks in their facade are becoming harder to ignore. With reports surfacing of Jay-Z's coercive behavior and Beyonce being forced to stay in an abusive situation, it's clear that things are spiraling out of control.
I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame. Like, I don't give a fuck if you wanted to get away from your homie, if you wanted to get away from your partner, but to do it the way he did it, it's malicious.
No amount of carefully crafted Instagram posts or red carpet appearances can hide the truth anymore. The once perfect couple is now facing their biggest challenge yet, and it remains to be seen if they can weather this storm together. As the pressure mounts and the truth comes to light, Beyonce and Jay-Z may find that their carefully constructed facade is no match for the harsh realities of their tumultuous relationship, and even the media has started speaking up about their image. Howard Bragman, the guy who knows all about handling PR nightmares, didn't hold back when he talked about Beyonce and the rapper's struggle to keep their private drama, well, private. He basically said, look, even with all the money and power in the world, they couldn't keep a lid on it. That says something, right? And he's got a point. I mean, imagine being Beyonce and him, trying to hide your problems when every move you make is scrutinized by the entire world. According to Bragman, if they really wanted to keep things hush-hush, they'd have to live in a bubble. Private limos, secluded mansions, the works. But let's face it, once they step outside, it's like being a deer in hunting season. Paparazzi and media are on the prowl, ready to pounce on any juicy story. It's a tough gig being a celebrity, and Bragman's take just goes to show that even with all the fame and fortune, there's no escaping the spotlight, and the people are seeing their relationship for what it is. One person wrote on X, "I'm sorry, but literally nothing about Beyoncé and Jay-Z's relationship should be treated as aspirational or goals." And now Queen B is finally taking a stand for herself. Yep, looks like things are heating up behind the scenes for Beyoncé and Jay-Z, despite their polished public image. Behind closed doors, it seems like they're gearing up for a showdown that could spell the end of their marriage. Word on the street is, both of their teams are playing the media game, leaking different stories to different outlets. Page 6 is pointing fingers at Beyoncé, suggesting she's the one ready to pull the plug. Meanwhile, the New York Daily News is singing a different tune, claiming it's Jay-Z who's had enough and is ready to call it quits. And those cozy Instagram and Twitter pics they keep posting? Yeah, turns out they're just smoke and mirrors, a carefully crafted facade to keep up appearances. But the real bombshell? They're apparently waiting some time to wrap things up before dropping a joint statement. According to this new source, it's the rapper who's had enough of playing pretend and is ready to call it quits on their marriage. They're saying it's just a matter of time before they go their separate ways, and the tension is so thick you could cut it with a knife. But while Beyoncé might be cool with the world knowing about Jay-Z's affairs, because let's face it, she's Queen Bey and she can handle anything, Jay-Z seems to be over all the drama. He's fed up with the rumors swirling around their relationship and just wants the tour to end so he can put an end to the speculation once and for all. Now here's where things get juicy. Is Jay-Z really willing to sacrifice their brand and their family just to avoid a few pesky rumors? Or maybe, just maybe, he's tired of living under a microscope and wants to enjoy a little peace and quiet and maybe a few flings on the side without all the drama. Either way, it looks like Beyoncé and his fairy tale romance might be headed for a not-so-happily ever after. And this isn't new stuff. The rumors swirling around Beyoncé and Jay-Z's relationship have been like background noise in the industry for ages. It's like this open secret that their marriage might be more about business than romance.
Their relationship has been more of a business to the outside world than an actual relationship. Now to them, it may be relationship, but it was presented to the world and it feels more corporate.
I mean, think about it. They're both music moguls, running their own empires and constantly in the spotlight. Sure, they've always presented themselves as this power couple, but who knows what's really going on behind closed doors? There's this idea floating around that their relationship is more like a business arrangement than a love story. Like they're together because it's good for their careers and their image, not necessarily because they're madly in love. It's like they've been selling us this fairy tale romance, but maybe it's all just for show. When you're living in the spotlight, it's easy to get caught up in playing a role, you know? And maybe they got so wrapped up in maintaining their image as the ultimate couple that they lost sight of what really matters in a relationship: genuine connection and love. Plus now, the controversies swirling around Jay-Z are like a storm that just won't let up, overshadowing his legacy in the music industry. From rumors of infidelity to disturbing allegations of sexual misconduct, there's a lot of unsettling stuff bubbling beneath the surface. Yep, there's all this gossip flying around about him. Her hubby being not so great behind the scenes. Now Beyoncé's been standing by him through thick and thin, but lately, it's like the truth is catching up. She's seeing all these stories in the media, and it's hitting her hard. Maybe she's realizing she doesn't want to be linked to all that mess anymore. It's gotta be tough, you know, dealing with fame and trying to keep your personal life in check. But maybe Beyoncé's reaching a point where she's had enough. She's this powerhouse, and she's gotta decide what's best for her and her family, even if it means making some tough calls. So as she's scrolling through those headlines, you can almost feel her thinking, is it time to walk away? It's like she's weighing her options, trying to figure out if she can still stand by Jay-Z, or if she's better off going solo in more ways than one. There's all this talk about his name popping up in Diddy's federal RICO case, and apparently the feds are taking a closer look at Jay-Z's past. With all the allegations flying around, murder, blackmail, you name it, things could get seriously dicey for him. And guess what? Beyoncé seems to be feeling the heat too. After more than 2 decades together and 16 years of marriage, she's reportedly moving forward with divorce plans. Looks like Solange, Beyoncé's sister, might be feeling vindicated. She's been pushing Beyoncé to kick Jay-Z to the curb for ages, and it seems like she's finally getting her wish. And why won't she? This isn't Sean Carter's first controversy. There was this one particularly troubling story about him involving Tiara Marie, a young artist signed to his label when she was just 16. Her sudden disappearance from the music scene raised eyebrows. especially in light of a lawsuit filed by Cassie against Diddy that seemed to unearth deeper issues within the industry. But it's a viral blind item that's really set tongues wagging. It suggests that the rapper had a romantic involvement with Tierra Marie when she was underage, and that Beyoncé's reaction to this alleged relationship played a role in Jay-Z cutting ties with Tierra, effectively sidelining her from the industry for years. And to make things even messier, there are rumors dragging Ray J into the mix, painting a picture of a complex web of manipulation and power dynamics. After her, there was Foxy Brown, and these are serious accusations, especially the one about Foxy being involved when she was so young. And Beyoncé too? That's gotta be a lot for her to handle, especially with all the talk about their age gap and Jay-Z's past. Even in the beginning of their relationship, there were troubles that cracked the foundation of it all. There were allegations of Jay-Z's infidelity, and because of that, Beyoncé had a huge heartbreak. Ever since then, their relationship has been under a microscope for a while now. I mean, Beyoncé even poured her feelings into her album Lemonade, addressing the pain of her husband's betrayal. But despite it all, they've stayed together. Some say it's because of the empire they've built as a power couple. With a combined net worth of $3.3 billion, it's not hard to see why they might want to stick it out. It seems like their marriage has evolved into more of a business partnership in some ways. Sure, there may be tension behind closed doors, but they're pros at keeping up appearances in public. They've got a family to think about too. 3 kids who they've welcomed into the world since they tied the knot in 2008. But they can't hide their bullshit anymore, as many are exposing their relationship. Lately, 50 Cent's been stirring up some serious drama by claiming Jigga and Beyoncé might be involved in some pretty dark stuff, like ritual sacrifices. Crazy, right? This feud between 50 Cent and Jigga has got the whole music industry buzzing. I mean, Jay-Z and Beyoncé used to be seen as these unstoppable forces in music, but now, insiders are stepping up with some pretty disturbing stories. It's shining a light on a side of their rise to fame that's not so pretty. Even though these claims sound totally wild, some fans and industry folks are starting to wonder if there's any truth to them. 50 Cent's been going on for years, saying Sean and Beyoncé will do whatever it takes to stay on top in the music game. It's all a bit of a mess, really. But with each new accusation, it feels like we're getting a peek behind the curtain of fame and fortune in the music biz. And let me tell you, it's not always pretty. And 50 Cent isn't just making up things. There have been some seriously eerie coincidences surrounding Big L and Aaliyah. Big L, a big name in rap who had ties to Jay-Z's early days, met a tragic end that had folks raising eyebrows. The circumstances around his death were shady enough to make some wonder if Sean Carter had a hand in it. And then there's Aaliyah, an absolute legend in R&B. Her passing was heartbreaking, but what's even more chilling are the whispers that she might have been sacrificed to clear the path for Beyoncé and Jay-Z's life. I mean, that's some heavy stuff to even consider. What makes these claims even more compelling is that folks who were once tight with the rapper are speaking up. His former bodyguard Uncle Ron and ex-business partner Dame Dash have been airing out some serious accusations. They're saying Jay-Z didn't just step on toes to get ahead. He might have crossed some serious lines to climb the ladder of success.
Hardly nobody knows, but I'll say it, man. Yeah, Beyonce's on drugs. She's been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way. Y'all wish it what you wish it to stay on top. But there's one thing about me, bro. I can't be bought.
Jay-Z's ties to R. Kelly have also definitely stirred up some controversy. Even with all the allegations swirling around R. Kelly's misconduct, he kept on collaborating with him. People couldn't help but wonder if he was turning a blind eye to serious issues just to keep those partnerships going. And then there's this recent claim from 50 Cent. He says Jay-Z tried to throw a wrench in his Super Bowl performance plans by pulling some strings with the NFL. But guess what? Eminem stepped in and made sure 50 Cent still got his shot. It's got folks thinking maybe Sean's willing to mess with other artists' opportunities if it suits his own agenda. Some people online also think that they are both in the wrong. One person wrote, "Not to mention that they're both capitalists. I actually think there's danger in idealizing the dynamics of a couple, where both people are individually wealth hoarding, to a general public of people who have nowhere near the resources to have a fully autonomous choice to leave." Another added, "Her clothing line comes out of sweatshops, but honestly, we should have realized that feminism and respect were just brand words to her when she used the other members of Destiny's Child as rungs on the ladder to her own success." So, what do you think? Is this fake couple going to last? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button so that you never miss out on any new videos. And until then, fam, keep it real.